Hello, welcome back to the adventures of Alice in Wonderland. My name's Alison and it's really lovely to have you here with me today. So today I'm going to do another book haul. So these are all from the charity shops. I'm going to do the same as I usually do, where I show you what the books are, how much I paid for them, and just read the blurb on the back. That way, if you might spot a book that you would like to read yourself, that you can go out and order. So yeah, let's get on with it. So I remembered to clean my glasses this time because last time I couldn't really see very well through them. So the first one, these first four are from the RSPCA shop. Now our local RSPCA shop sells all adult books for 99p and children's books for 50p. So this one is a Kate Morton book, The House at Riverton. So I do have another Kate Morton book. I haven't read it yet, so I've not read any of these. Please excuse the reflection of the garden in my glasses. So this one says, Summer 1924. On the eve of a glittering societal party by the lake of a grand English country house, a young poet takes his life. The witnesses, sisters Hannah and Emily in Hertford, will never speak to each other again. It then goes to winter 1999. Grace Bradley, 98, one-time housemaid at Riverton Manor, is visited by a young director making a film about the poet's suicide. Ghosts awaken and old memories, long consigned to the dark reaches of Grace's mind, begin to sneak back through the cracks. A shocking secret threatens to emerge, something history has forgotten, but Grace never could. Set as the war-shattered Edwardian summer surrenders to the decadent 20s, The House at Riverton is a thrilling mystery and a compelling love story. So that sounds pretty interesting. Again, country houses are something that I really like in a book, and I'm starting to get into a little bit of a thrill and a mystery in books as well, something that's sort of a little bit more keeps your interest. So that sounds like a really interesting read. So this next one, Eve Chase, Black Rabbit Hall. I've actually seen this in the RSPCA for a couple of months now, actually. There was a couple of copies in there, and I picked it up and put it down, picked it up and put it down. And then all of a sudden, this was recommended to me on Amazon. It was one of the things that pops up there with the recommendations, and I thought, hang on a minute, I've seen that in the shops. I'm not paying full price for that. I'm going to go back for it. So I went back. One of the copies had gone, but one of the copies was still in there. So that was quite fortunate. So this one, the four Alton children spend every blissful summer at their family's Cornish home. Lots of Cornish things for the summertime. A house nicknamed Black Rabbit Hall, they went to the house called Black Rabbit Hall, playing on its sunbaked lawns, building dens in its woods, endless days without an adult in sight. Amber, the eldest daughter, cannot imagine anything ever changing. That really does sound beautiful. I wouldn't want it to change either. I'm guessing it's going to. But no one foresees the storm that will bring it all to a tragic end, turning Black Rabbit Hall into a twisted, unforgiving place that will steal their childhood innocence, a home that not all of the Altons will be strong enough to survive. Decades later, as Lorna winds her way through the countryside in search of a wedding venue, she discovers a disturbing message from one of the Alton children carved into a tree. Will the truth of that dark summer finally creep into the light, or should some secrets stay buried forever? Atmospheric with echoes of du Maurier, this haunting novel enchanted me. Now, I love Rebecca and du Maurier novels, so actually this sounds like it's right up my street. That's maybe actually why Amazon recommended it for me, because I've got some du Maurier things in my Amazon basket at the moment. So that sounds like a really, really nice read too. I might save that for autumn time, because I like to try and read the more spooky things in the autumn. So next 99p book, Dracula. So I have got Dacre Stoker's book Dracula, which I've not read yet. I am saving that until autumn. So I thought I'd pick up Dracula. We all know the story of Dracula, but I've never actually read it. This one is a book that's got, it's the Norton Critical Edition, so it's got critique on and notes at the bottom of the pages and at the back, but I should probably ignore that, to be honest, and just read the actual story. So the next shop I went into was the air ambulance. Our local air ambulance shop is absolutely brilliant. I actually bought a couple of dresses for £2 each, which was really, really lovely. But yeah, I got these books. I got 5 books in there for £1 each. So the first one is one that I actually had put in my Amazon wish list. Saw the movie, absolutely loved it, thought I'd like the book. And that's Inkheart by Cornelia Funk. So if you've never seen Inkheart, you should, it's fabulous. So dare to read it aloud. Meggie loves books and so does her father, Mo a bookbinder. Although he is never read aloud to her since her mother mysteriously disappeared, they live quietly until the night a stranger knocks at their door. He's come with a warning that forces Mo to reveal an extraordinary secret, a storytelling secret that will change their lives forever. Not going to say much more about that, but it's a really, really nice story, and it's a story about stories. So if you like books within books, stories about stories, then you will like that one. The next one I picked up, I really picked up because I keep hearing the title, and the book is beautiful. It's got a beautiful cover and it's brand new, never been used. So The Watchmaker of Filigree Street by Natasha Pulley. Don't know anything about it, although I keep seeing the title. So this says, he lived his life like clockwork until he met the watchmaker. Oh gosh, that's all it says. Is there a bit of blurb on the inside? Ah, yes, it's on the inside. Oh, look at that. Okay, so you see this bit here with the clock. It's actually a little hole, and then there's a beautiful little street with the thing inside and the blurbs here. So, in 1883, Thaniel Steepleton returns to his tiny flat to find a gold pocket watch on his pillow. When the watch saves Thaniel's life from a blast that destroys Scotland Yard, he goes in search of its maker, Kita Mori, a kind, lonely Japanese immigrant. Meanwhile, Grace Carrow is sneaking into an Oxford library, desperate to prove the existence of the luminiferous ether before her mother can force her to marry. I don't know what the luminiferous ether is. As the lives of these 3 characters become entwined, events spiral out of control until Thaniel is torn between loyalties, futures, and opposing geniuses. And it says an inventive debut, clever, intriguing, and astonishingly assured. That sounds actually quite good. So I bought it for the cover, but actually it sounds like a really good read. I think I'm going to enjoy that. Okay, this next one, I don't know why I bought it actually, because the cover isn't the sort of cover that usually draws me in, but like I say, I'm kind of looking ahead to autumn time, where I'm going to be wanting to read things that are a little bit more spooky, a little bit more thrillery, and this did sound very thrillery. So A Song of Shadows by John Connolly. So it says, from Crime Review, which I guess is a magazine, poetic writing, dark humour and a dash of supernatural. A thoroughly chilling plot. Connolly is pure class. Now, good writing, dark humour and a bit of supernatural, right up my street. I like the sound of that. So grievously wounded but unbroken, private investigator Charlie Parker faces the darkest of forces in a case with its roots in the Second World War and a concentration camp unlike any other. Recovering from a near-fatal shooting and tormented by memories of a world beyond this one, Parker has retreated to the small Maine town of Boreas to recover. There he befriends a woman named Ruth Winter and her young daughter, but Ruth has her secrets. Old atrocities are about to be unearthed, and old sinners will kill to hide their sins. Now Parker is about to risk his life to defend a woman he barely knows, one who fears him almost as much as she fears those who are coming for her. His enemies believe him to be vulnerable, faithful and solitary, but they're wrong. Parker is far from afraid and far from alone, for something is emerging in the shadows. That sounds like a good read too. I'm always amazed by how many fabulous books there are out there to read, and there's just not enough time to get through them all. Hopefully, I will get time eventually. So the next one I got for £1 was this one, and it's obvious I'm into cottagecore things. So The Little House on the Prairie by Laura Ingalls Wilder, and this is such a really beautiful cover as well, and brand new, not even a crease on the spine. It's so pretty. I was really happy when I spotted this one. So the sun-kissed prairie stretches out around the Ingalls family, smiling its welcome after their long, hard journey across America. But looks can be deceiving, and they soon find that they must share the land with wild bears and Indians. Will there be enough land for all of them? So it's all about a family that settles on the prairie, one of the first settlers. It's just a beautiful countryside, childhood type book. So the last one that I got from the air ambulance shop was this one, and the reason I picked this one up is because I've seen it all over the internet, all over Instagram, and it's Where the Crawdads Sing by Delia Owens. So for years, rumours of the Marsh Girl have haunted Barclay Cove, a quiet town on the North Carolina coast. So in late 1969, when handsome Chase Andrews is found dead, the locals immediately suspect Kaya Clark, the so-called Marsh Girl. But Kaya's not what they say. Sensitive and intelligent, she's survived alone for years in the marsh that she calls home, finding friends in the galls and lessons in the sand. Then the time comes when she yearns to be loved. When two young men from the town become intrigued by her wild beauty, Kaya opens herself to a new life until the unthinkable happens. I really like the idea of living in the middle of nowhere. I know, living in the middle of nowhere, fending for yourself, becoming friends with the gulls and the birds, and you know, all that Cinderella stuff. So I really like the sound of that. It sounds good. So then I went into the Sue Ryder shop, and again, books are £1 in the Sue Ryder shop. So I got another Ali McNamara book. So this time there's a lot of cuts in this one. Kate and Clara's Curious Cornish Craft Shop. It's a little bit like a tongue twister. So again, this is just going to be a nice little summer read based in Cornwall, again in the town of St Felix. So Kate thinks all her wishes have come true when she opens her own craft shop in the idyllic harbour town of St Felix. Who doesn't love a craft shop? But she soon finds a mystery lingers in the new shop. A 60-year-old love story told through beautiful paintings and intricate embroideries. Jack, the owner of the nearby art shop, volunteers to help Kate unravel the mystery, but in doing so they realise their own lives share some uncanny similarities with Clara and Artie in their 1950s counterparts. Can Kate and Jack put right a decade-old wrong and maybe find their own happy ending on the way? So yeah, another summer read, easy summer read. The next one, Eva Ebbertson, The Dragonfly Pool. I bought this one purely because I've got one of the other books. I can't remember which one it is now, but I do have one of these other books, and I recognised the cover, so I thought it would be nice if I can... Oh, it's Journey to the River Sea that I've got. There is another one called The Star of Kazan. So yeah, I've only got that one to collect then if it's a set of 3. Tally Hamilton does not want to be sent off to a scruffy boarding school, all because of the stupid war. But Belderton Hall is not just any school. Eccentric, crazy and inspiring, Belderton is a gateway to a wonderful adventure, led by the mysterious Matteo, who speaks 5 languages and longs for his mountain home. There is a troubled kingdom of Burgania. Tally will prove herself to be braver than she knew and discover a deep and lasting friendship by the Dragonfly Pool. So I think this is probably a middle grade book. I think I said like last time with the other one. I think they're middle grade books. So that should be a nice easy read. The last 2 are from a shop called Lighthouse. It's a charity called Lighthouse. And they don't have an awful lot of books in there, but I did spot this one, and they were 2 for £1.50. So I actually wanted this book, which is Goodnight Mr. Tom. And I had to pick up another one for the 2 for £1.50. So Willie Beach is evacuated to the countryside as the Second World War breaks out. A sad, deprived child, he slowly begins to flourish under the care of Tom Oakley. But then his mother summons him back to a war-torn London. Will he ever see Mr. Tom again? And it says that it's one of the best stories about wartime ever written. Now I know, again, this is been done for TV. It's been made into movies and TV shows, but I have never watched them. So looking forward to reading that. I think this is probably a middle grade as well. I'm not sure. So the one that I picked up was a YA to go with it, knowing absolutely nothing about this book, but just to go with the £1.50 deal. So this is The Sacrifice of Sunshine Girl by Paige Mckenzie, and it says based on the YouTube web series Phenomenon. So I've never heard of it, but that's probably because of the age that I am, I'm guessing, if it's a YA. So it looks, I mean, the cover looks good. It looks a little bit spooky, a little bit strange. So apparently it's based on the widely popular YouTube channel about an adorkable, never heard that word either, teenager living in a haunted house. Oh, awesome. So Sunshine Griffith can communicate with ghosts. Even more amazing to herself, her boyfriend Nolan, and her adoptive mum Kat, she recently learned she's a Luciche, an ancient race of creatures who protect humans from dark spirits and help them move on to the afterlife. Sunshine's supernatural abilities grow stronger by the day, and danger draws closer. The demon army wants Sunshine dead. Her biological mother, Helena, and the sinister man in black may be lying in wait. Fortunately for Sunshine, she has a lot of people and ghosts to protect her, including Ridgemont's mystery new student, Sebastian. But time's running out, and an unexpected event unleashes a fierce war between the Luciche and the demon army. Sunshine will soon learn a shocking truth about herself and what sort of sacrifice is required to save the world. So yeah, it sounds like the typical kind of YA TV series that I'd watch, to be honest. You know, kind of Vampire Diaries type of thing. So yeah, that sounds like a good read too. So I hope that you've enjoyed that today, and that you've heard something, maybe the blurb on a book that you might like to try for yourself. Yeah, I mean, maybe you can find them in charity shop, but if not, then obviously you can always get them in bookshops. So thank you for being with me today. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. I'm going strawberry picking again because, yeah, we love strawberries. So see you soon. Bye-bye.